Good morning, Science Methods classes. This is quite a dilemma that we're in, it seems. And I know that you have a lot of questions, some concerns, and I don't have all the answers, but I know there are a number of people at Austin P that are working to provide answers when you have them and try to support you in any way that we can. We're going to make the best of this for the rest of the semester, and that's difficult when the whole goal of my class is to have engaged inquiry-based science lessons. So I hope to provide some demonstrations via video. I hope to hold class via Zoom, or at least part of the time will be on Zoom, so that I can answer questions and help guide you through at least the key assessment portion of the class. And I want you to try to put your fears and concerns aside as much as possible because we do intend to work with you, and we understand that everybody is in this very unusual situation together. We're trying to make the best of it. So the Science 4020 class, Teaching Science in K through 5, will meet at the regular time on Tuesday and Thursday until further notice. But not at 12:45. We'll start at 1 o'clock to make things simpler on Zoom. I will send you a link for those Zoom meetings. You don't necessarily have to have the Zoom application. As long as you have internet, you can just click on the link and you can sign into the meeting. And this is to support you. It's to help guide you through some questions that you have, help provide some examples, and we're not going to spend 2 hours on a Zoom meeting, but we'll try to make this as convenient as possible for you so that your questions can be answered. If you don't have reliable access to broadband internet, I know that's going to be an issue for some. There's a phone-in option, I believe. If this doesn't work, I'll work with you as best I can on email or other digital means or through phone calls. But I want to help support you and again put your minds at ease a bit about the rest of the semester. We're in uncharted territory and we're going to try to navigate it the best we can together. So just hang tight and be calm. So one thing that we can do in a positive sense is to think about the time and the era that we're in this pandemic, which does occur occasionally, not to the scale that we seem to be seeing right now in a very long time, 100 years or so, but we do have these events that occur, and as you all know from social media, from your contacts that you have, there's been some panic, there's been some irrational behavior, from toilet paper hoarding to buying up hand sanitizer, which, by the way, is not nearly as good as properly washing your hands with just bar soap. But there are some rational decisions that could be made to prevent some of the panic that we've seen in our society. I want you to understand that this is precisely why K through 5 and K through 12 science is so important. We need a more scientifically literate society that can look at the data as it's coming in, and it's been changing on this issue, but to look at that data and to try to parse out what's totally irrational, what totally is non-scientific, and what does seem to make some sense and what can make the situation better. If we don't have a scientifically literate society, these are the times when society as a whole can make some poor decisions that hurt us all. So I want us to think about the time period that we're in right now as an example of why what you're doing as K through 12, K through 5, K through 12 science educators is so important. I want to strongly encourage you to check your emails regularly, daily, and also check D2L daily, regularly, because your assignments will all be turned in digitally through D2L. I'm hoping I have all of the bells and whistles working on D2L As you know, it can be glitchy at times. Sometimes I just make a mistake. I don't click the right button to open up a particular assignment. So I'm asking that you're patient, that you're understanding. As your instructor, like the teachers that you worked with, we've been asked to totally shift an instructional methodology that has worked pretty well to a very different format in a very short period of time. And so just like the K-12, K-5 teachers that are out there having to make some considerable adjustments, sometimes without the resources necessary in a very short period of time, we're in a trial period here, so we want to be patient with each other, but hopefully we can work through the essentials of this course the rest of the semester using D2L, using Zoom, using some other applications. I'll try to provide some demonstration videos as soon as I can. I just want to mention to you that my wife and I are currently self-isolated at home. We have a family member that we visited last weekend who has been in contact with someone who tested positive. We're waiting for some other test results. So I can't get to the Austin P STEM lab to actually record those videos in the lab until I'm sure that I'm not going to infect someone else. That would be the last thing that I would want to do. So we're going to do what we can. Again, patience, understanding, and just stay calm and breathe. We do hope to get through this together in the best way possible. Thank you.